Hi guys, welcome to another Block Spotlight. Today we're going to be taking a look at one of the more advanced extra bees machines. This time we're going to have a look at the Isolator. Now this is really expensive to make. Well, actually no, it's not really expensive to make, it's quite a process to make. It needs at least a diamond and some blaze rods and some work on the carpenter and things like that. So it's quite an involved process to make it. It's certainly not straightforward. And to actually make use of it, you're going to need some royal jelly. So it's certainly not an early game machine. So once you've got your a couple of your end line bees in production, and you're working towards your alvery, probably got your first alvery at least, would be when you'd think about getting this Isolator. And what it will do is something quite useful, let's say, useful end game. What it will do, if we have a look at it, you've got your power bar here and you'll see the power usage. It's going to use 50 MJ per operation, and it will take a maximum of 75, so it can use a lot of power, an awful lot of power, about the same amount of power as a quarry. The new quarries, the super fast quarries, it's a lot of power. And what we have here, we have a slot for a bee to go in here. We have a slot here for one of these serum vials to go in, and then we have our output slots. And then we have a little error dialog there. So as you can see, it's much in line with the rest of the extra bees machines. Nothing too fantastic there. The block itself looks a little bit like most of the other ones as well. So how do we go about making it? Now you'll see all those crafting tables. I said it's not a straightforward process. There are some other steps I could have included but haven't. You should be able to work out how to do those. I'll show you in NEI anyway. So to start off with, we need an apiarist machine, which we've seen before. Copper down the sides, sturdy case in the middle, redstone above and below. We take that apiarist machine and we put a small circuit board underneath, some iron ingots on the side and a lapis above. Now the small circuit board you'll need to make in a carpenter, and that's just a tin ingot with redstone on either side like that, with water in the carpenter. That's going to give you your small circuit board. You then take that genetic machine and put it with gold on the sides, a diamond above, and a medium circuit board. Now the medium circuit board, you've got redstone on the sides and bronze down the middle, with water again in the carpenter. So if you're still with me, you then take that advanced genetic machine, you put blaze rods in the sides here, redstone on the bottom, and rather strangely emerald along the top. Now I think emerald is being used here as a valuable resource, but emerald in itself isn't really valuable, so I'm not entirely sure if that's going to stay that way. That it does seem a little bit strange, because what does an emerald cost? 20 something wheat. They're really not that expensive, but blaze rods are being used here as a very difficult to obtain item. So I don't know, and that's anyway that's going to give you the Isolator, if I can get my words out. Which is here, and it requires buildcraft power, which I'm using a storage cell for, but again, you can use the engines for that. If you try and power this with a redstone engine, you might die of old age before you actually get enough power to do anything. But all the others, as an idea of how much power this is going to require, this is going to require 50 Stirling engines, pretty much. Industrial steam engines you probably do with 6 or 7 would do to power this. So you're looking at quite a lot of buildcraft power required. The blue electric engines, you're probably going to need 2 of these. These will put out 30 maximum. So to get this going at the right speed, you would want a couple of those. So quite a lot of power required. Electrical engines, yeah, you're going to need 25 of those if you don't upgrade them. So bear in mind it is a lot of power this is going to eat. So let's see it in action, shall we? Again, if I can get my words out. Now, I've run this through a few times already, and I've got some serums here which I'll go over while this is working. So basically I've put a tropical princess in there. Actually, I could pull out a different princess and we can have a look at some of the other things. So let's take a, I don't know, a modest princess. Put a modest princess in there. Now, modest princesses have got some other qualities, if you like. So what's going to happen is the isolator is going to process that bee, as you can see here with the progress bar, and it's going to take out one of the qualities of that bee at random and put it in this vial, or it will set the vial to it. So here we have an effect cancellation serum, which is quite a useful thing to have. So I guess what you could use with that, again, sorry for the tongue-tied dialogue. If we put that with another bee that has an effect that we don't like the austere bee and its lovely creeper effect, we could cancel out or get rid of that bee's effect, which would be very useful indeed. Now you'll see that it's empty and that it's average quality. Now I think it's average quality because I'm using a princess. If we were using drones to do this, probably wouldn't get an average quality. In fact, I can try that in a second. So here we have cacti pollination serum and slowest flowering serum. So, and another one there, slower productivity. So as you can see, what we're getting out of it, we can't really choose, but we're getting different effects at random. Now with the tropical bee earlier on, I got short lifespan, normal fertility, jungle pollination, poison effect, tropical species, and there we've got another cacti pollination. So as you can see, these are empty, but we have more sheets to cover, and I'll be covering them the rest of this week. So we will see what we can do with these, how we go about filling them up, improving the quality. In fact, let me just try that drone, because I'm interested to see. I think I can pretty much be sure that this is going to give us an awful quality serum. So let's take these out. So these will be quite useful later on. In themselves they don't do anything, but once we get them filled up and working with stuff. Now you'll notice there that you didn't actually get a serum vial off of it the first time. You're not always going to get one, so you might need to run it through a few times before you get a vial, but don't worry, it will give you one eventually. Let's see, this one we've got slowest productivity and average quality again, so it doesn't appear to make any difference. Possibly on the next bit the quality will change as we try and fill these up. So that is the first part of the process. I'll thank you for watching. Check back for the rest of this week for the rest of this process, because I'm going to go over each machine in turn. It is quite involved, and as you can see, the first step in the process uses an awful lot of buildcraft power, so I'm quite sure the rest of it's going to be similarly expensive. If you've enjoyed this this spotlight, please hit that sub button. Check out my Twitter and my Twitch page as well. I stream every night at 7 o'clock. Most nights at 7 o'clock. I haven't missed one for a long time. So thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.